I probably should. Yeah, yeah, there you
All right. Hey. Looks like we're going somewhere. You may visit your channel by feed. Yeah, okay. Live. Hey, we're live.
go.
We're there.
Wow.
All right. Hey,
Yay.
we finally made it, guys. Sorry about that. We were running just a little bit behind technical difficulties, but hey, it appears that we're going to be making this thing happen anyway.
The genius of Steve is won out yet again.
I don't believe that for a minute, but we want to thank you for coming in tonight to the husband of a homeschooling mom and
Conversating.
.com, and we're here live at the Gaylord National Resort and Hotel at the 2014 Teach Them Diligently Conference.
Yes.
And so far, we have completed one full day. Had a little bit of time yesterday, but we've completed one full day today. And what do you think about it so far, David?
It's a very impressive place. It's almost too big. It's hard to get a grasp on how big it is. It just keeps going and going.
Absolutely. Out of the people you've seen today, who has been your favorite one?
I haven't seen a whole lot today. I went with my wife. She likes the Trim Healthy Mamas. I went in there to that class. That was good. It's not just the women's class. It's for guys too.
Good deal.
I've lost weight with it, as have you.
Yeah.
And it was very good.
Good deal. I've been able to see Mark Hamby today.
Yes. Very good guy.
Mark is a guy who, every time I go, he's a very inspirational guy. He does a lamplighter ministries, a lamplighter series, a lamplighter theater, and does an outstanding job at what he does.
Yes.
Their program is unbelievable. And if you've ever dealt with anything with Mark, you'll know he also does the Guild. Whoa, a little bit of movement there. The Guild is a situation where you and your kids can go for a camp where they bring in masters from all over the world, and they bring your kids there as well, and your kid can learn how to cook, maybe in music, painting, any type of art thing, and they can actually sit down with some of the masters of the world and learn how these things work, and actually have a tutoring type of life for about a month if you can go that far.
What city is that in?
They're going to have it in New York this time, upstate New York. They got a beautiful place. He showed some of it on the slide today. Absolutely wonderful. So if you want to check out more information on that, go to the lamplighterguild.com, I believe it is, or just let's just go out on a limb here. If you, David Allen from conversaving.com, if you were president, what would happen to the Board of Education or the Department of Education?
It would go away.
It would go, and would you just wiggle your nose and this thing go away, or how would this happen?
Pretty much, yes.
Just a wiggle of the nose and that, and would the IRS go away with it?
That would be nice, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to nominate David Allen for president. 2016.
Gotcha.
Board of Education or Department of Education and the IRS gone.
Gotcha.
So, think about that and see if you can come up with a better reason not to have him run. But yeah, after this, we're all going to be going out. We're going to be doing a tour of DC.
Mm-hmm.
And since you are the logistics person behind that, where are we going to be going?
We're going to the Smithsonian's, all the different ones, the air and space, natural history, American history. There's also the very first Smithsonian, which doesn't have a lot in it, but it was the very first building back in the, I think, 1850s.
Okay.
We'll be going to see all the monuments, the Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, Vietnam veterans, all the other wars. Going to Arlington, that's always an impressive sight.
That would be good.
And then we have some more time, some things that we may not have seen before. I've been up here 4 or 5 times, but I've never seen Ford's Theater where Lincoln was shot. Never seen that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I don't know, just maybe some stuff off the beaten path that we haven't seen that not just your average person sees. We might see some different stuff. So.
I reckon it's a good thing we take karate then, since we're going off the beaten path.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Just in case. You know,
so we don't get beaten on the beaten path.
Play on words there.
Oh, yeah.
Master of literary wording. So, as far as the conference center here, we've been here, like I said, today was the first full day.
Yes.
Teach Them Diligently. Every time they have a conference, they have a children's program. And I know our kids have been in there this time as well as last year. And for our kids this year, they have a group or the program itself is called Mission Incredible. And we have a super detective and a chief detective. And last year it was all, what was it, the military theme they went through.
Yes.
But this year they're doing detective work. And has Drew or Luke mentioned anything? I know my boys have.
A little bit about finding a spy. I think they were talking about.
Yes. It's all based on a kind of a spy thing.
Right.
And that's what they're going through. And if you ever get the chance to come to one of Teaching Diligently conferences, you will find out that there's not only things for the ladies, of course. I mean, let's be honest. Probably 90% to 95% of all homeschooling is done by the wives.
Yes.
So there's a big setup for the women. And then there's also things for the men to come in and get things out of. But there's also a part for the kids.
Right.
So just because you have kids and you're thinking, oh, I can't go to this thing. I got the kids, I got the husband, there's no way I can make this work.
They got it all covered for you.
It's already taken care of.
That's
You
right.
can bring yourself, you can bring your husband, and you can bring your kids. And it's a fairly good deal. To come up here, your kids are taken care of on the first full day, which is Friday. They get checked in, and what time we check them in this morning? About 8:45, 9 o'clock. You get to go back and you pick them up for lunch. It's a family-oriented thing in homeschooling. It's just not the wife thing. It's just not the husband thing. It's just not for the kids. It's for the family. And that's one thing I absolutely love about homeschooling. It's the fact that it is a family event.
Mm-hmm.
So doing this the way Teaching Diligently does, it keeps it as a family event.
Right.
So
Definitely. And then, once you get your kids, there are some, often some big name speakers like at 7, 8 o'clock at night that you could all go to, even with your kids. I mean,
Ken Ham
Ken Ham.
doing the dinosaur thing
Yes,
tonight.
Exactly. He did that last year as well. You had the oldest Duggar boy here.
Yep. Jeff?
Josh.
My bad. Don't need any Duggar fans attacking us.
Yes.
Um,
Write all letters to Steve Blackston.
Yeah. Husband of a homeschooling mom at gmail.com. But also, one of the speakers last night was absolutely great. If I'm not mistaken, his name was, great day. Now I'm stumbling. Scott Gilmore, I believe it was. Was Scott the
With
one?
Business,
yes.
Yes.
He was very good, guys. Talking about trying to start a business without a whole lot of money.
Right.
This man has been everywhere from where he's at now, which is going great with Kid Naturals, all the way down to I don't have a place to live.
Right.
And he started his business with nothing more than a $4,000 projector that was given to him by a friend, and he turned it into a complete business.
Right. He traded up for a vehicle, and then he traded that for something else, and before you know it, he had seed cash to start his business.
So you see, there's great things. Today, one of the people that I listened to was Dr. Steve. I'm going to try to say it right, so don't shoot me. Dr. Steve Schneiber, I believe it is. He
Close
was,
enough.
yeah, it's close enough. You can look it up because with what I'm about to give you, you'll understand a little bit more. He was the pilot that was supposed to be on the American Airlines flight that crashed into the World Trade Center on 9/11. He actually logged in and signed up for that flight that day, but got bumped because a pilot with more experience said, you know what, I got the more experience, I got the tenure, I got the years on you, Steve, I'm taking your spot. So he bumped him out, and he told his story from September the 10th through September the 11th, and talking about how another man took his place and sat in the seat where he should have been sitting. And he related it the same way to how Jesus
Right.
stepped in his place.
Right.
And he was not qualified for that.
Right.
But he was qualified to be the pilot that day, but there's no qualifications that we,
Right.
as even the men of our household, have to stand in the place of Jesus Christ.
Right.
And how he did die for our sins.
Good
So
stuff.
there it is. And there's great things here, guys. If you've never been to one of the conferences, you need to go ahead and take the time, bite the bullet and come. There's a gentleman here this weekend, as a matter of fact, that did not want to come to a homeschooling conference. He said that he already knew all his faults. He knew where he was at. He just didn't need anybody telling him anything. But I am proud to say that Paul actually made it this weekend, and he's here with his wife. He went in, swallowed his pride, he sucked it up, and he came anyway.
Fit your family.
Exactly.
And the guys talking about starting businesses and stuff. They had nothing, and all of a sudden they have a successful business. I just think it's an exciting time to be alive and all the choices we have in today's society.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that will wrap it up for our first live video podcast or blogcast or vlog. I believe is what your wife kept telling me it was. Is a vlog. Vlog. I've never heard of a vlog, but looks kind of interesting when you say it. Vlog.
Sure.
So, for a husband of a homeschooling mom.